Hey guys, back here with another video. So this is the Can-Am. It's finally back from the shop, looking good, and I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna do the same thing with the Honda. I got $3 grand for the Honda. I'm trying to get 4,300 for this one. It's worth it. So I'm gonna go over everything that's on the bike and everything in it. So starting from the top, we got 7-inch light bar. It's not hooked up yet, but it will be soon. I got this Wild Boar ATV rad kit. It works really good. Stop the overheating problem. We got a winch on it. It doesn't go out, but it goes in, so you got to put it on free spool to get it out. I think I have another winch to go over the bike though. Got 29.5 Outlaw ones. They got decent tread, about an inch in the front. So I'd say they're about 60-70% tread lift. I mean, they're pretty good, decent tread. I got brand new tie rod ends on there, and there. If you're wondering what these loose wires are, this is for the headlight, and this is for the headlight. That is for my, oh, it's still same deal. That is for my radiator. It's just the overflow. This is leaking from this connection right here, so I gotta fix that. Just gotta move the hose up and clamp it back down tighter. I'm gonna put that on and then do a good job of it. Other than that, on this side, the front axles were changed about a year ago, and it's been in the shop for 9 months, so I haven't really rode it much. So they're pretty much new. I mean, I had like 2 or 3 rides on them. Maybe a little bit more than that, but not much. This one leaks just a tiny bit right there, so I gotta fix that one too. I did not do a good job with the clamps. This needs to be mounted on the side of here or something like that, because it's gonna overheat or it's gonna melt that probably. So I'm not gonna do that, but if you want to do that, you probably should do that. But it's not my bike when it's sold, so it's your decision. Up top, our light bar switch right there. Again, it's not plugged up. We got a new switch here. That's brand new. And it throws this EHR service code, but when we had it in the shop, they said there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the wiring harness they got put on it has that code for some reason, but everything's fine on the bike. All this down here needs to be assorted. I'm going to do that the best that I can, but you know, it's kind of hard. I got to find a cap that'll go over that, because I mean, that's going to get ruined eventually if it just sits like that. But I think I can find one that'll go over it. And it's got, if you're wondering why it has 2 batteries, it's got 24-volt start system. So basically this battery right here is only for the starter. Don't hook anything up to this battery. I learned that the hard way, and I melted my wiring harness here. Or not wiring harness, but wiring. I guess it's a wiring harness. But I melted all that, so I gotta get a new one of those. And so if you got any accessories, don't put them on there. Put them on the lower battery. This one is for everything else. It's complicated, but yeah, it works really well. And the reason the 24-volt start system is on there is these bikes, for some reason, the starter, it doesn't wear out. It's just like, for some reason, it won't get enough volts to the starter and stuff like that. So it's got a brand new starter on it, but when you would do it, it would just like, and it would sound like the battery's dead. You charge the battery's fine, it still does the same thing. So it's like it's not getting enough voltage to the starter. You would replace the battery, you'd replace the wire, you'd replace the starter, and it still wouldn't work. So my buddy has a 24-volt system on his racing bike. And it's the same year as mine. It's a lot better than mine, but same year as mine. And he has that, and he said this will fix the problem. And so it does. It runs fine. So we'll continue. We got the wides on the back. They have not as much tread, but they have plenty of tread to get you around. This is kind of awkward. It's got a Rhino axle on this side and a 66 axle on this side. That runs fine. It doesn't pull any different or anything. That's just what happened. I used to have both Rhino axles in it, but we switched. I got a brand new seat for it, and it's got the XMR belt cover. I got a CB Tech primary clutch and a Maverick belt under there. HMF exhaust series. I got the quiet one that has a swamp series. It's not that bad. I got an exhaust snorkel to go on it that makes it 10 times louder, and I might put that on. It just depends. But I'll go ahead and start it up for you guys. Right there, you see the Bomb Racing. That is the ECM that's in here. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. The idle is adjusted. I adjusted just a little bit, so it is a little higher. It's also cold. But no smoke. If you're wondering what the ticking is, that's just valve noise. You put some seafoam in there, it'll quiet down. It likes to do that when it's cold. First, when it's cold, once the engine warms up, it runs fine. I don't know what the deal with that is, but it's just how it is. It's always done that. But the ticking, it's not a rod knocking or anything. It's not major. It's just, you know, I don't know why four-wheelers do that. All engines, I'm pretty sure, make the clicking noise over time. But yeah, my Honda did it. Runs perfectly fine. If you put some seafoam or some thicker oil in it and run it a couple times, it'll quiet down. I mean, it won't completely go away, but it'll quiet down. So the ECM that's in here is the Bomb Racing. It's a high-dollar ECM for racing purposes. It was the only ECM the dude had, so I bought it. Or it's the only ECM he could find for the bike that wasn't stock, so I bought it. And what it does is it takes the governor out, it takes the rev limiter out, it takes the power limiter out. So it just gets up and goes. You know, used to, it would top out at like 60, now it'll top out way above that. I don't feel like getting it up to that because it gets scary with these Outlaws on here. I thought I had some extra parts for the bike, but I think my dad threw them away. I had the stock clutches and a couple extra belts and some tie rod ends. I think my dad chunked them though. I do have the stock rims for this bike. I don't have the tires on them anymore, but I do have the rims if you want those. And I think I do have another winch to fit this bike. Other thing is, I think that's about it. I mean, it's got a few other things. This is a Gen 2 gas tank with a Gen 2 fuel system. That's why it's so shiny, because it's brand new. I got a brand new U-joint on it. That just got replaced because I broke a U-joint. It punctured the old gas tank. So I had a new U-joint, new gas tank, new fuel system on it. I think that's about it. I think I covered everything in the video. But it runs fine. Everything seems to be doing good on it. So the clutches, tires, light bar. I only have to fix a few things on it. I gotta fix the leaks and the hoses, and then put a bolt in there. It'll be good to go. I'm gonna wash it today if the wind will ever die down. And I think that's it. The last oil change was before it got into the shop, and I didn't really ride it that much since then. Like, it just got back, so, you know, it's not that bad. I think I have all the lug nuts on this bike. My Honda was missing a couple, but I think I have all 4 or all 16 on this one. And this tire does need air, and it needs air like really badly. I just haven't put it in there yet, but I'm going to when I wash it and get it all fixed up. All the wires back there, I'm gonna try to sort the best that I can. And other than that, 4,300, pick it up. I'm not gonna go much lower than 4,300 because all in all, in this whole journey life of this bike, it has about 15K in it. So that's a lot of money, and we're not really gaining any money back. I mean, we're gaining 4,300 from it. The lowest I will probably go is 4 grand, but I will not go lower than 4 grand. If I can't get 4 grand for it, I'm gonna keep it. It's that simple. I don't need to sell it. I just want something different. And it's really not problematic anymore. When I first was, the first issue was overheating. It would overheat, and then it wouldn't start. It would melt the terminals off batteries. But now I got all that sorted. Everything's fine. Runs good. So that's cool. I'm looking for a stock 300 or a stock 420 Rancher. So if you got either of those, I will trade you this Can-Am if you add some cash onto what you got, or if you just want to let me know if they're on Marketplace or something like that, or if you want to DM me on Instagram or Snapchat. But you know where one is, that'd be under 3 grand. Because what I'm trying to do is buy another cheaper 4-wheeler, a Honda preferably, and not really build it, but just get it for right now. I'd really like a 300, a clean 300, not no rusted out piece of junk. I really like a clean 300 and something, or a 420. I was gonna go buy a brand new bike, but I just can't. I don't want to spend the money on it. So 4,300, come pick it up. Stay tuned, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. I gotta make a video on my truck. I did a couple things to it, and I'll probably do that next. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.